Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review. And this time now I'm reviewing on a film, it's another film that I also I grew up while watching. Me and my brother used to watch this all the time together, on our old VHS tape. And this recently just came out on DVD not that long ago, and it's a film that I enjoyed just rewatching once again because I haven't seen this film in quite a long time, But we're still all the time that me and my brother used to watch it all the time though. So now I'm finally reviewing now Disney's DuckTales the Movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. Now DuckTales, I know it's a classic Disney show, and to be perfectly honest, no, I saw this movie before I saw the TV show, and well, before I saw the TV show, I still haven't seen the old DuckTales TV shows yet, though. But I do remember like long time ago I saw maybe like one or two episodes, But about that was pretty much it, though. And I did like that. I did like those episodes that I saw, I have to one day have to get those seasons once again, and rewatch them, because I remember liking those episodes, but I just haven't watched them in a so long time for many years, But there's one thing I absolutely enjoyed that's related to DuckTales, was the movie, And I really do enjoy this movie, I enjoy the DuckTales movie, And I can see why that the DuckTales was a classic TV Disney show, And this was the first this was the first movie, Of course, it's the first movie because that's why it's called the movie, And but it was also the first Disney animated film to be produced by Disney Toon Studios. I believe that's also that Disney Toon Studios also that made the animated films Planes and the sequel Fire and Rescue. Yeah, I believe that's what that those two films were made by Disney Toon Studios. And the film came out in August 3rd, 1990, and of course judging from when it had the theoretical poster, you can clearly see that it parodies Indiana Jones, If you take a look at the original theoretical release poster, it parodies Indiana Jones, like Uncle Scrooge is like wearing the Indiana Jones hat, and everything, Clearly parodies off of that. And like when it came out, it didn't had a well, I didn't say it had a poor opening though, but it debuted at number 8, and with $3 million. But overall, at the end of its run, it made $18 million overall. So it was a success though. But the makers, I believe, was it it was makers. It wasn't Disney. Basically, it wasn't what. It didn't make that much big of an impact that they were expecting, And plus during the summer, you had the film you had Ghost, Patrick Swayze's film Ghost, had making all the money, had some other films as well as a film called I forget what it was, but Ghost was the main thing that people were seeing during the summer in 1990, And they were planned they were planning on making more sequels more sequels to DuckTales the movie, but since it underwhelmed the box office, they canceled the sequels, or where they say here it says they shelved the sequels, But that's just too bad because I would love to see more sequels to DuckTales, But 18 million was decent enough though, but it wasn't as big of an impact that they were expecting, so that's why they canceled planned sequels, which is too bad, So like but despite that though, the film did receive positive reviews. It has a 6.9 IMDb, Could be a little more higher though, but decent enough though. And it has a 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's very well for this film as well. So yeah, so it did get positive reviews. People enjoyed it, you know. And the voice cast, like the guy, I think he's still the original voice of Scrooge McDuck, Alan Young. I think he's still, yeah. I'm just looking it up here. I'm still looking it up. Yeah. Yeah, from the TV show DuckTales, Alan Young still voice Uncle Scrooge or Scrooge McDuck, you know. And then the other other characters, Huey, Louie, Dewey, you know, Donald Duck's nephews, and little niece, Webby, and also he had a Launchpad as in here as well. So this is getting into the story, you know, that Scrooge, Huey, Louie, Dewey, Webby, and Launchpad, they're taking a plane journey to Egypt. I think it was Egypt, you know, to cover this treasure called Koli Baba, you know, Koli Baba, and one of they hired as one of their guys is this weasel named Dijon, you know, who was the comic relief, basically the comic relief in the film, you know, the funny character in the film, basically, though. He's supposed to be there hired to take them where they are, but like when they're riding to the desert, they uncover the pyramid, you know, and they go inside and they have all these booby traps, you know, it's like Indiana Jones, you know, the booby traps and everything, and they get to the treasure, you know. So they find the treasure of Koli Baba, you know, and Uncle Scrooge, or I'll just call him Scrooge. He's all very happy because, you know, how his love, because of his love for money, you know, and stuff like that, you know. While they're there, Webby finds the lamp, you know, and she keeps it she keeps it, you know, while they pack all the treasure in sacks, you know. And while they're trying to carry across the rope bridge, because down below there's like these giant scorpions, you know, and while Dijon was carrying one of the last sack, you know, there's this bird that transforms into your villain of the movie, you know, named Murloc, Murloc, who uses his who has this talisman he can transform into any animal, you know, shapeshift into any animal, you know. So he's the villain of the movie, and Murloc is also got a well-known actor to voice him, and that's Christopher Lloyd. Christopher Lloyd voices Murloc, and Christopher Lloyd did a really good job as the villain Murloc, you know. And I love Christopher Lloyd. He's a great actor, and he did a good job voicing as the villain, you know. And my brothers will say the same thing. He enjoys Christopher Lloyd's voice. So he's also after the lamp, you know, and so he lures the thing to the scorpions, and they use the big thing where all the treasure is in, to use as a shell, like a shield or shell, you know, to get away from the scorpions, you know. When they get underneath the river and they come up outside of the river, you know, and Scrooge is sad about it, you know, he lost his treasure, you know, they worked so hard for, you know. But Murloc, he does know the treasure is missing still, and well, the lamp is missing still, you know, but Dijon knows who has it, you know, so they head back to Scrooge's big mansion, you know, while the niece of the Huey, Louie, Dewey, and Webby, they're at the table, and Webby's polishing the lamp, you know, and they see some of the funky about it, so they polish it again, and that's where it releases the Genie. Genie of, what was it, Shabowy, where, how the Genie calls it, she says Shabowy, you know, wherever, as the name is, though. And the Genie is the voice is by, Rip Taylor, which, really enough, though, took me a minute with the voice, though, because, really enough, Rip Taylor is also the voice, who voices the Genie. He voiced, Captain Kitty in, Tom and Jerry movie, you know. Of course, a lot of people don't like that movie, you know, and if anyone remembers the movie, the character Captain Kitty with his his talking puppet, that's what also Rip Taylor also voices. He voices the Genie, and he also voices that character in Tom and Jerry, the Tom and Jerry movie. So the Genie is released from from the lamp, and each of them since they all possess the lamp, each of them grants 3 wishes, you know, and like and like also like with the Genie has elaborate updates and everything that that years has been passed, you know, like in the library, you know, and Webby wishes for a first wish, she wishes for a baby elephant, and was the nanny, Mrs. Beakley, you know, she freaks out over it, you know, seeing the elephant, and the elephant gets scared, wreaks havoc, you know, and like Mrs. Beakley runs to Scrooge and just yanks him to take him back to the library, but so one of them wishes, one of the nephews wishes for the elephant to be gone, and they all hide in a chair, you know, hide behind a chair, but Uncle Scrooge, Scrooge knows something that's going on, so he confronts them, and the Genie hides in the closet, and he hears and pretends to be dressed like an average person, you know. So they think his name is G, you know, and he's just here to stay for the night, you know, sleep over, you know. So they get away with that, and then while they go outside in the backyard, they all wish for different things, you know, like a train, a pool, whatever, you know, and hang glider, you know, and one of them wishes for giant ice cream sundaes, you know, and one of the nephews has 1 wish left, and Webby has 1 wish left, you know, and during that night, you know, Genie tells about his old master Murloc, you know, uses his wishes to do evil things, you know, like when he uses his talisman to change into animals. When he puts on the lamp, he can have unlimited wishes, you know, like how he tells how he used the wishes to destroy Atlantis, sink Atlantis, and cause the volcano eruption in what was it, Pompeii, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was Pompeii. Well, even though they're wondering how long he's going to live for all these years, of course, he explained that his Murloc's first wish was to live forever, you know, to be immortal, you know, live forever, don't age, whatever, you know. That's how he stayed alive for like over 1,000 years, you know. So the next day, you know, Murloc disguised as a vulture is carrying Dijon, you know, drops into a pile of thorns, you know. They finally get to the place where they live, you know, and so he just disguises himself as a rat, you know, and even how that guy gave a good chuckle last, you know, how Murloc disguised as a rat gets his butt kicked, you know, like when he's in the house and he finds where the Genie is, and Mrs. Beakley, you know, takes a broom, just gives him a good smack, you know, and it's like, oh, how much I hate rats, you know, and Murloc, how he screams like, oh, you know. I thought that was a bit funny, you know. And so Webby makes her last wish, makes all of her dolls come alive, you know. And there's one stuffed tiger doll, you know, chases after Murloc, you know, because he's still as a rat, you know. And when Murloc he hits his one toy, bounces off, and the tiger eats him, you know. And Dijon was looking through the window, you know. He's like, looked like he was gonna be sick, you know. But even Scrooge was suspecting that something was going on because one of the toys, his hat falls on the toy, and he sees that it's moving on its own. He grabs in the thing and moving on its own, and the butler is like, "Hold on to your hat, sir," until now he finally sees what's going on, and one of the nephews uses his last wish to undo everything, until Scrooge sees the real is the genie, So he takes the lamp from them and grants his first wish is the whole treasure of Koli Baba, So he takes the lamp to go at this party that first he wasn't going to go, but he takes the lamp anyway, so he just to talk about how he found the treasure, whatever, So at the party, the genie, he shrinks himself down to hide in this plant. He gets some food inside, so he can eat and drink whatever. And Murloc walks into the party, and Genie sees that he's there and warns Scrooge, so they run away, hide in this room. Genie puts himself to barricade himself, and Murloc transforms into a bear, and the Genie and Scrooge, they escape by throwing the lamp in the chandelier and hiding inside the lamp, And while also Dijon, who's also inside that, he goes and steals a bunch of stuff, still wearing stuff, and hides it in his pants, And his pants is always overflowing with stuff that's falling out, And when Scrooge he bumps into a table and gets the lamp mixed up, looks like another lamp that holds gravy and stuff, He gets the lamps switched, And Dijon takes the lamp, and he uses his wish to take over all of Scrooge's as well, business, everything, So when he gets back to his place, and Dijon has his fancy outfit, and he is the owner now, and he pushes the buzzer, and Scrooge gets thrown in jail, And it's the outside of the building has 7S for Scrooge, has changed to a D for Dijon, So he's in jail, and but his niece and nephews, everyone, Butler, the nanny, and Launchpad, they all use their money to bail him out, So they plan to take back his business, So as how does it go? The niece and nephews, they have where the army has, they plan to break into the security system, and Scrooge gets him for the building for another way, and he goes to the elevator, and also when Murloc, he transforms into this little cockroach, and there's another funny moment, we see that the niece and nephews are trying to solve this laser system that Scrooge installed, and Murloc is still as the bug, he's on one of the niece's helmets, and they're trying to, and some a little mishap, and they're trying to get through without getting hit by the laser, and Murloc does. He's like, oh, but they get through but they disalarm the system though overall, and Scrooge is climbing down the elevator cables, and Murloc as the bug still pushes. The elevator tries to push the buttons to go up, which I'm he in order for him to he's having trouble pushing the buttons a couple times though. Why doesn't he transform back into his usual self and then hit the button, But still, I'm not complaining about that part, though. I'm just considering why he doesn't turn back to normal and then hit the button, to make the elevator go up, though. But it still does make the funny moment where he's so small he can't barely hit the button until he does, So, as he makes his way to the office, Scrooge steps on him, though, but he manages to hang on to the lab until he transforms into normal self and throws Scrooge against a wall, And Dijon's like, uh-oh, he's in big trouble, and but he gets caught, and Murloc tells the genie to transfer. He says, "Genie, I want you to turn this swine into something fitting, So he says swine, so he turns him into a pig, So now he puts his talisman onto the lamp. Now he has his unlimited wishes again, and firstly, his next wish, he transforms the building into a big air fortress, you know, and tells him he wants to, the next wish tells him to return home in his new home, you know. So as it lifts it up into the air and starts floating towards his home, wherever, you know. And everybody is on there, you know, the nephews, nieces and nephews, and Scrooge is on there, you know. And Scrooge is telling him that he starts telling him Murloc off, and then Murloc tells Genie to you know, banish him, like tell him to cast him out, you know. So he's like, he makes like a very strong wind to push him out, you know. And one of the nephews uses a slingshot with a marble and knocks the lamp out of his hand, you know. And the talisman knocks the talisman off as well. So the lamp falls off, and Scrooge goes down to get it, you know. But Murloc uses his talisman to transform into a griffin. That's what it's called, a griffin, you know. He's like, I'll be back for you, you know. And Genie tries to stop him, but he grabs him by the tail, but he's like, ah, you know. So, but Murloc gets the lamp, but Scrooge hits him a couple times and knocks the talisman out of his hand. So Murloc is back to his usual form, and that's when he falls to his death, you know. And Scrooge uses his second wish to make everything to return to normal, you know. So everything returns to normal, and they're all back at his office. And he uses his last wish to make Genie a real boy, you know, real boy, yeah. So he does become a real boy, and the lamp disintegrates, you know. So it's like, look, without no Genie, it's wasted away, you know. So now they want now that Genie is now, like you say, he's now human, you know, and he can they all plan to go outside, have fun, and while Scrooge goes into his vault that has all the money, you know, and everything, gold coins, diamonds, everything, and Dijon, he's returned back to normal. And just when Scrooge is about to jump in, he sees Dijon has his pants full of money, you know, and goes and chases him down into the streets, like starts yelling like, somebody stop those pants, you know. And he had that song playing at the end. What was it? Life is like a hurricane in Duckburg. That's what the town was called, Duckburg, you know. So I enjoyed DuckTales the movie, the Treasure of the Lost Lamp. I always enjoyed this film. Me and my brother always enjoyed this film, you know. And it's too bad that the film did underwhelming performance at the box office, though, despite making 18 million, though, which was they say it's good enough, though, but it wasn't that much big of a hit that they were expecting. So that's why they shelved all sequels they were planning to do. So this is really too bad, because I would love to see more sequels to this, you know. And one day I'll have to get all the seasons to the TV show to rewatch once again, you know. Like I said, I've watched a couple episodes years ago and I liked them, you know. Now I have to get the seasons once. I have to get the seasons again to just to rewatch, you know. But I do. But for the first movie, and first and only movie they did, I always enjoyed DuckTales the movie. It was a fun Disney film, you know. Always enjoyed the characters of Scrooge and Huey, Louie, Dewey. I don't recall that Webby, the niece, was ever in the TV show. I forget, you know. It's been a long time. I forget though. But Launchpad. I always remember that Launchpad was always in that show. Darkwing Duck, you know. I do remember that he was in that also. The Launchpad was also in that show, Darkwing Duck. You know, I remember also seeing a couple times of the show as well. You know, but for the characters, I always enjoyed, and I don't think there was any features on this film. You know, I don't think. But oh yeah, there is. It's just a game. You know. a DVD game though, but that's pretty much it though. So yeah, but if anyone still hasn't seen DuckTales the movie, or anyone who still hasn't seen the TV show, or who has seen the TV show but still has not yet to see the movie, I would check it out. It's not that long of a movie. It's only 75 minutes, you know, and it goes at a decent pace. It's not boring. It doesn't drag on. It's a fast pace animated film. So yeah, voice cast does a good job, especially Christopher Lloyd as the villain Murloc. He did a really good job, you know. And I'm glad I got the pass. 88% of Rotten Tomatoes. That's good. I could think it would be a little bit more higher on IMDb. 6.9, I'd say is pretty decent though, but I could at least go at least a bit more higher, you know. So yeah, that's my review for DuckTales the movie. Treasure of the Lost Lamp. Definitely worth your time. If you're a fan of, if you've ever been a fan or not of the TV show, you know, and still haven't seen this movie, go check it out for yourself, you know. So, but me and my brother, we always enjoy watching this together on our old VHS tape, you know. So, I don't really have no complaints about it. So, that's my review of the film. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.